What's up, YouTube? Today is going to be the story of how I got laced for the first time and hopefully the last time. My hands are so white. Look at this. This story took place around 2016. I was probably still 15 at the time because my birthday's late. So me and my friend, we were walking through Flushing Meadows Corona Park. And we saw this guy who was white, bald, skinny, had a wife beater on, was driving a bike. So we saw this guy that was white, skinny, a light fade, had a wife beater on, was riding a bike. So I was just like, oh, that guy looks like Slim Jesus a little bit. And my friend started laughing, and I guess the guy thought we were like making fun of him. Okay, like really pause, like the difference in, let me fix the light because maybe, let me move this guy right here. So then Slim Jesus started staring at me and my friend, and he started driving closer. My friend was looking scared.
Eyebrows on fleek, the fuck.
I was just like, oh, maybe he didn't hear us. Maybe he's just for some reason coming towards us. Slim Jesus drives past us and he's just like, hey, so do you guys want to buy some weed? And then he stops his bike and he gets off. So I also forgot to mention he has a book bag. So my friend is just like speechless because he's like scared. Me not thinking, being young and stupid, I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? Me not thinking straight, I say yes. Then Slim Jesus pulls out a dime, which is like the smallest amount of weed. It costs $10 usually. I try to look for the $10 I thought I had in my bag. I only had like $7. So I tell him that, you know, I only have $7. I don't have $10. Never mind. I'll just probably buy from you another time if I see you again. Which I was never going to see him again, but I don't know. I just said that. Then he starts to put the weed back in his bag. And he's just like, oh, okay, it's fine. Then he's about to like go back on his bike and drive away. Then he's about to go back on his bike and ride away. But then he gets off his bike and he's just like, actually, you could take this. And then, because he put the weed back in his bag, so he probably pulled out a different bag. And he gave it to me. He was just like, just give me the $7, it's fine. I was just like, okay, thank you. Long story short, he gave me his number. I think I was texting him after that, and he just never responded to me. Because I don't think that was an actual number. Yeah, I don't think that was a real number. That's when I first messed up. But then again, I texted him after all this happened. Anyways, I get home. The next day, I think it was a school day, but I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed home from school. I decide to get up, leave my bed, go into my kitchen, and make a firecracker. If you don't know what that is, it's basically weed on a cracker with peanut butter, and you wrap it up in aluminum foil and put it in the oven so that way like it doesn't have a strong smell, and then it's basically like a fake disgusting edible. I like how this part of my hair is just extra curly and this part is just like damaged, so it's kind of straight. So I eat the edible, and that wasn't the first time I smoked. It was like maybe a couple of times, so I was used to it. I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate about half of it, which is how much I usually eat whenever I make a firecracker. I laid down, and when I laid down, I started feeling dizzy. It felt like everything was just shaking around me. I started seeing colors everywhere, like just random green and blue just like floating around and purple. And I kept passing out, like falling asleep and waking back up. Like my friend called me about the same friend called me about 2 times. And like I woke up and I was just like, hello. And then I just knocked back asleep. My dad eventually came home and he tried to wake me up to like give me medicine. But I kept going back to sleep, so he kept thinking I was ignoring him. And when I eventually woke up, he got mad at me. But that wasn't my fault, I kept passing out. So eventually, I wake up like in the middle of the night, because I ate the edible around 3, and I wake up in the middle of the night. So now I go back to sleep, and then the next day, I'm still not feeling well. So I think my mom comes in the room, and she's just like, hey, are you going to school today? I'm just like, I'm still not feeling well. So she goes to work. I'm still dying. I keep hearing someone breathing, so I get scared because I think my parents are like right next to me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be able to tell I'm high. But it was just me breathing. Like I was breathing so loud, I thought I was someone else. Eventually, I get up to go to the kitchen to get food. And as I'm walking by like the living room, I see like something black on the top part of the couch, like the top part of the sofa that you would put your head back on. So I kind of got nervous because I thought that was my mom. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't want her to notice anything, but it was just my cat. It was actually just my cat, because I thought like the black part of her was like my mom's hair. So I got nervous and I thought my cat was my mom. Yo, I don't know what he put in that edible, but I was bugging out. After that, I kept texting a guy, like asking him what type of weed that was, like what strand that was, and he just wasn't responding. And I think eventually he did respond, but then the person was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, so I guess he just gave me the completely wrong number. Like that wasn't his number at all. So like he basically set me up from the whole beginning. So that is it for this video. That's basically how I got laced for the first time, and hopefully the last time. I say for the first time because I'm pretty sure there was other times, but I forgot at the moment. When I remember, I'll just make a video about it.